guys, Preacher 357 here. Thought I'd make a little short video today talking about a subject that I was pretty unfamiliar with until I was, probably, I was in my 40s before I even actually understood about this. And that has to do with eye dominance. I don't know if you guys have been watching the videos and noticed that I talk about having trouble seeing the sights. Now, I say that with pretty much every firearm because I'm making excuses for not being able to hit things. But I really do have trouble with seeing the sights. But maybe you've noticed that I tend to have more trouble with my rifles than I do with my handguns. That often I can see the sights when I'm shooting handguns, but I really struggle with rifles, even more so. And that's why I change out the sights. I rarely change out the sights on my handguns, but I regularly change out the sights on my rifles. And I did the video with the 1894 Marlin in 44 Magnum where I changed out the sights on it, and I was trying to shoot with that, and did a pretty good job shooting with that one. And those sights do help out quite a bit. But why is it that I struggle so much with rifles where I don't struggle as much with seeing the sights on my handguns? And that is because I am cross-eye dominant, meaning that my dominant hand is pretty much my right hand. I shoot right-handed, but my dominant eye is my left eye. And for years I had no clue because I always closed my left eye when I shot. And that's just the way everyone was pretty much taught to shoot. And then I took a pistol class, I forget what it was called, handgun something 101, whatever it was, with a guy, and he was telling us we needed to learn to shoot with both eyes open. So you have more situational awareness, right? My dogs are going crazy again. Probably means my wife's home. But anyway, I was trying to do that. He said, try to do it. And I could not get a sight picture for anything. I mean, I just absolutely could not see the sights with both eyes open. And I tried, and finally I was able to see it well enough to get a shot or two off. And but as the trainer said, that was awfully slow, right? And I can get a sight picture with a handgun with my right eye with both eyes open, but it takes time. I really have to concentrate to override my natural left eye dominance. And so it's not something I can do in a hurry. And so I decided I was bound and determined I was going to shoot with both eyes open because it was just one of those things I can't stand it when I can't do something. And so I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to figure it out. And so I got to doing a little research and looking around on the internet and what have you. And it finally dawned on me after I was reading some things, my left eye is my dominant eye. There's where the problem is. And so as I read, it said, basically you just line the handgun up with your other eye. It's like, well, I never thought about that. And so that's what I do. And here I've got my Model 66 Smith & Wesson. It is unloaded. You can see there through the cylinder. Nothing in here. I don't even have ammo for this gun out here. So, I can't load it up even if I wanted to. So I'm going to point it your direction, but don't worry. It's perfectly safe. All right. Most people, when they shoot a handgun, would line it up with this eye if they're right-handed. If they're left-handed, most people would line up with their left eye. But there is actually a sizable percentage of the population, I think it's about a third, that are cross-eye dominant, meaning their dominant hand, their dominant eye are different. And so if I line up this way, I have trouble seeing that sight. Like I'm going to close my left eye, and line the sight up. Now open both eyes up, and that's hard to see. I mean, I can see it, but it's all messed up. I mean, it's really a struggle. But if I line up with the other eye, now I'm lined up with my right eye. Turn my head a little bit, line it up with my left eye. Now I get a perfect sight picture with both eyes open. And so that's how I shoot a handgun most of the time. Now, if you've seen some of the videos that I've done, sometimes I say I'm having trouble having a sight picture. I've got glare or something. And so I say, I'm going to close this other eye. Well, what I'm doing is I'm closing my right eye to try to improve my sight picture, cut out some of the glare maybe. And because even when I keep both eyes open, even though I can see it, there is still a little bit of a ghost image that you get some. And so if I'm really trying to get good accuracy and I'm having trouble seeing the sights in a particular lighting, in a particular situation, then I will, just go ahead and close the right eye to try to get a better sight picture. But I'm using my left eye. Problem is, when you shoot a rifle, and this is a Marlin 22 mag here, no magazine in it, bolts open, perfectly safe here. When you shoot a rifle, how am I going to line my left eye up? I'd have to be back here, and you don't want to shoot a rifle like that. I'd have to shoot left-handed, right? I'd have to learn to shoot left-handed, and that just feels so weird to me to shoot a rifle left-handed. It doesn't feel so bad to shoot a pistol left-handed, but shooting a rifle left-handed just feels awkward. And that would take a long time, and it's just not something I really want to try to learn to do. I know some of the tactical guys out there, you need to be proficient with both hands in case you get shot in the arm. Well, I'm hoping against all hope that I don't have to go to war, but if I do, I'll just have to make sure to guard my right hand, because it's just not something I plan on doing. So when I shoot, I have to close my left eye to get a sight picture. It's just what you have to do. The problem is with me is that not only is my left eye dominant, my left eye is far superior to my right eye. There is where the biggest issue comes with me with shooting a rifle. It's not just that my left eye is dominant, it's that it has much better vision, even with glasses on. And I don't know exactly what happened. It may have something to do with some chemicals I got in my eye at work back when I was in my early 30s. And I swelled up, and it was like it was going to pop out of my head, and I had to go to a specialist. They said everything was fine, but it wasn't. But just a few years later, when I was about 40 years old, that my eyesight had deteriorated quite a bit. Because when I was around 30, I had to take an eye exam to get an endorsement on my license at that time, and they make you look into that viewfinder thing to take your eye test, and they isolate the eyes, and to pass the test you have to have 20/40 vision, and I passed the test easily. But by the time I was 40, my right eye was 2200. So that's a significant decrease. Now my left eye was still 20/40, and my left eye is still not all that bad, but my right eye is it's terrible now. So, using my right eye to shoot is not as good, because it's a little blurry, and rifles hit my bifocals in just the wrong spot too. Now there's some options out there, I believe, that you can look at that put bifocals in different positions, and you can get shooting glasses that are specially made for your needs. But thing is, I shoot so many different guns of so many different lengths, and the sight pictures are so different on all of them, I'm not exactly sure where I would need to focus my bifocals, what point I would need them to be focused on to really, be able to do that either. So just one of those things. I do the best I can. I do more handgun shooting than I do rifle shooting anyway. I'm not really a rifle shooter. I'm not the greatest shot with a rifle. I'm sure you have seen that. Of course, you may say I'm not the best shooter with a pistol, and I never claim to be, but I enjoy it a lot more, put it that way. I'm just more drawn to handguns than I am to rifles, though I do like them. You may be wondering what your situation is, if you're cross-eye dominant or not. And the way you test that is basically just take your hands and make a triangle or whatever shape, a circle or whatever, just something you can look through, and find something in the distance that fills it just about right, or it's about the same size or a little smaller. Look at it with both eyes, and then what you do is you close one eye. Say, I'm going to close my right eye, and when I do, that handle on the barn there that I'm looking at doesn't move. When I close my right eye, it stays right in the middle of that little circle I've made with my fingers. When I close my left eye, though, I can't even see the handle anymore. All I see is my hand. And because that shifting of perspective happens only when I close my left eye, that means my left eye is the one my brain is using first and foremost. That is my dominant eye. My left eye is the one that my brain is defaulting to, I guess you could say. So anyway, that's how you would test to see if you're cross-eye dominant or not. So hopefully that helps some of you out. If you're not familiar with that, maybe it'll help you shoot better. I think it helped me shoot better, because I mean, you should have seen how bad I was back before I learned I was cross-eye dominant. I was really bad back then, but of course I practiced a lot since then as well. You know, I can see definite improvement from learning that I was cross-eye dominant. A little bit of frustration sometimes too, but you know, you can work around it, and knowing is half the battle, as a cartoon I used to watch as a kid said. So anyway, guys, I appreciate y'all coming out. God bless you. Y'all take care, and we'll see you next time. Hey guys, one more thing before we go. I meant to say this in the video and it slipped my mind until after I'd shut her off. I want to say thank you to Guns and Barbecue for the shout out he gave me last week on his channel. That meant a lot to me. You know, I'm really glad to see all the camaraderie that I'm seeing among, you know, guys that are doing gun videos on YouTube. We're supporting one another, and you know, I think that's a great thing to see. You know, I've seen that kind of camaraderie between some of the big guys as well, and you know, I think that's great because you know, as the saying goes, is it says in the Bible, a house divided against itself can't stand. And so if we in the 2A community want to stand, we need to be standing together. So I really appreciate him giving me that shout out. That meant a lot to me. I hope you guys will go check out his channel if you hadn't. And y'all take care of yourself. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.